What if you're an employer, you got to the office and you found your employee doing something that you never would imagine? How would you react? Well, I'll tell you how I reacted in today's video, so stick around. Secretly dealing with what the society considers shameful? Or are you tormented by your thoughts? Or do you just want to learn from the experience of others? I am Efe Omordia, a trained behavior coach and certified mentor. And here on the Behavior Hub YouTube channel, you will get that objective perspective that you so desperately need. Your life and purpose shouldn't be left to chance. It's time to get intentional. One thing I've noticed is that no matter what you do, even if you cut your left hand and give somebody, you still have employees that would act in unexpected ways. Yes, and also I'm speaking on behalf of employees. Some employees have terrible bosses. Yes, I will not deny that. They have terrible bosses. But today specifically, I want to talk about my experience. There's someone I employed and what she did surprised me. I'll also tell you how I reacted. Yes, how I reacted, which is not the usual way, especially in this part of the world, and why, most importantly, I'll tell you why I reacted that way. So stick around for a really good story time. Now, some years ago, like about 10, 15 years ago, I had a project that I wanted to do, and then I was in full-time employment. So it was not possible for me to leave my job. I would go to work and close about 2, 3, sometimes we'll have meetings and stuff. So it wasn't really possible for me to be at my job full-time, to be dedicated and still be doing this project that I wanted to do. Then it's not like I had a lot of money, but I needed someone to be in the project site. Yes, I needed someone to be in the office, so that when people come, they would have someone to talk to. It's not like now where things are mainly online. You can have a business that is 100% online. You can work remotely. It wasn't like that then. Then you needed a physical address to look like it's an office that you are really serious. An office that. So I employed somebody, and what I told her when I employed her was that this job you are doing is not something that I cannot do. But because I'll not be around most of the time, I'll need you to be in the office mainly. That's the main reason I'm giving you this job. That's the main reason I'm employing you. Yes, and she was referred by someone. It wasn't like I got her from off the street, or she was someone I did not know, or I knew someone that knew her, so she was introduced to me. So I told her, the way you would talk to somebody, it was a heartfelt conversation. I told her that it's not like I have a lot of money, but I need you to always be in the office for professional reasons. And sometimes I could send you out to some organizations to make some inquiries and to do some formal introductions like marketing and stuff like that. And she agreed. So we agreed on a salary. And at that time, what I was paying her was a third of my salary. I wasn't earning anything fantastic, but it was more than a third of my salary. I don't think it was more than a third of my salary. Yes, quite more than a third of my salary, but not up to half. It was something I decided to sacrifice to do. So it wasn't like it was easy for me. So I thought that we were on the same page, and we were working. I would send her to places, and she seemed to be hardworking. But one day I went to the office on a Friday. Normally I don't go on a Friday, and I think I wasn't really going to the office most of the time, but that day I just had to go to the office for a reason. And it was in a mall somewhere in Abuja. It was let me just call the place. It wasn't really a mall, it was the Women Development Center. That's where the office was. So I went down, because I would pass downstairs, the office was upstairs. So I went down, I passed through the downstairs, and guess what I saw? I saw my employee making somebody's hair at the ground floor. She was making someone's hair. And I was shocked because I didn't expect her to be doing that. But I just kept my cool, and I went upstairs, and of course she followed me behind. When I got to the office was locked. So if someone had come through another gate to that office, they wouldn't have known. And of course, if someone had come through that gate, she would not know which of the offices they were going to. Just imagine that someone comes and you see someone making hair, and the next thing you're even seeing her in the office. Let's say she even has that kind of mentality, or she could quickly go and be there before the person comes or follows the person afterwards. Just imagine the kind of scenario. It will not look official at all. There was nothing about that environment that looked official. So she now followed me upstairs, and I got upstairs and I realized that the office was locked. So it was locked, and she was downstairs making someone's hair during official hours. So when I saw it, the way I reacted, she did not expect it. But before I tell you how I reacted, let me tell you why we should be careful how we react. Yes, in Abuja, there was a particular lady. She had a hotel, a big hotel in Abuja. Yes, along Aminu Kano Crescent. Yes, yes, along Aminu Kano Crescent, maybe towards that Garki. Aminu Kano Crescent is in Wuse too, but it starts from that Garki area. So she had this hotel, a very big hotel that I believe will still be standing in Abuja. I've not gone to that area in a while, so I've not really looked in that direction. But I believe it will still be standing in Abuja. She had a hotel, and she was known to always shout at her employees for the flimsiest of reasons. Sometimes, if she sees them maybe taking something extra, which is not flimsy to be honest, but like a hotel, maybe one chef is taking some plantain or taking something, you see her really shouting, and someone advised her, take it easy, madam, take it easy. Anytime your employees misbehave, don't be too emotional. And it looked like it was just an idle advice. Now, fast forward to about a year later, or less than a year later, this woman, the owner of the hotel, she slumped. And she slumped because it was one of such occasions where she allowed her emotions to overrule her. So if you're an employer, no matter what you see your employee doing, please don't allow it get to you. Don't take it personal. Even if it doesn't get to the state that you slump, there are issues of health that you should be careful about. First of all, how do you look at your business? You should see your business as a long-term project, or something you want to do. You should see it as a long-term project. So don't allow the behavior of your employees affect you. No, especially if you train them. Like when you employ someone, you should give the person a step-by-step support on what to do, because sometimes when employees get stuck, they don't know what to do, or they have some questions, they may not feel free enough to ask you. So make the environment very, very congenial so that your employee feels free to talk to you, to ask questions, and also give step-by-step support as much as you can, so that at least that one is ruled out, that it wasn't because you were not really there for that employee. Now, so that is, think of it as a long-term project. Don't allow your emotions overrule you. No matter what you do for an employee, you can be the best employer. You can even buy a house for them. When it's time for them to leave or for them to do something new, they have to move on. It's part of life. Sometimes you get tired of an environment, you get tired of certain things, and you want a difference, you want a change. So employees are not robots, first of all. They are human beings. Now, that being said, also know that your health is very important. Whatever you do, do not overinvest your emotions on your employees' behavior. Know that employees come and go. Try to make the environment as genial, as nice as possible for that employee, but know that the employee will not stay forever. It's not a forever relationship. It's not like marriage that it has to be till death do you part. So think about that. Now, this particular woman that slumped, the hotel will still move on definitely, but she lost so much because she was so, for example, she had a big hotel where she had big clients, and maybe an employee, she'll see an employee hiding a tuber of yam or something, and she's so emotional, she's screaming, she's shouting. It's not really a professional way to behave. Yes, apart from the health, it's not a professional. There's a way you act in a professional setting. You don't allow your emotions overrule your decisions. Now, how did I react towards my employee? You want to know that, right? Okay. So what I did, when I saw that she did what she did, that day was like the 19th of the month. So I knew that there was, in this part of the world, we are used to, oh, please now, hey, please now, forgive me, oh, please now. But in a professional setting, there are things that someone can do and you know that it's not deliberate. And there are things that people do that you know that we really can't help that person, you understand? So I just told her that what is today's date? She told me. I said, okay, you know what? Calculate how much I'm owing you till today and I'll pay you, but you will stop working for me today. I saw it in her eyes that she was shocked. She expected me maybe to shout and to scream at her, to make a scene. It doesn't mean it's a waste of time. I don't waste my emotions for such kind of things because life is so beautiful. There are many things you can do. You don't allow those kind of things that are not like life changing to really affect your emotions, your health, your well-being. So I knew I was disappointed. I was unhappy, but I arranged and she left that job. And I got someone that was better, that today we are very friendly. She's no longer an employee, of course, but we're in a very warm and cordial relationship. We now have a relationship beyond work. So she was better. She was more well spoken. She looked more presentable. So everything about her was better than the former employee. And I found out that that former employee was working in two other places. In fact, she was bragging about it, that I don't care if I lose my job, this job, what is itself? I have two other jobs. So you see that she was not remorseful in any way. And I've not really gone out of my way to find out what happened to her. But more often than not, when you have such a character and you don't change, people change. Maybe you were not a good employee before and you decided to change. Think yes, you can change. I'm not saying she will be like that today, but the chances are that if you are not remorseful when you make a mistake, you will go to make bigger mistakes, and you will also not, people will not recommend you, people will not want to have anything to do with you. You will lose vital and important relationships, and sometimes even referrals. There may be other opportunities and your former bosses will recommend you to another person, a bigger organization. It happens, it has happened. So